Hi, I'm Abby, the daughter here at Foundation Homestead. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Actually, it's still morning. We just got home from church and we'd like to share a story with you. It's not our usual content. It has nothing to do with homesteading or our animals, so you may want to skip it, but some stories just have to be told. Where we're gonna go is not anywhere close to here. It's about 10 miles north as the crow flies. It'll take us probably maybe 20 to 25 minutes to get there with a trailer and a ranger, but it's worth going. And so I'm gonna change my clothes. I'm gonna go find Dad and Jason. They're doing chores and we'll head north. It's safe to say we live in a day where everyone is demanding equality in pay, in opportunity, equality in outcome, equality in everything. Well, equality is in your future and it starts right here.
Stewardship is everything.
This is dirt, soil, earth. Everything starts here, including you and me. Everything returns here, including you and me. So if you're looking for equality, you will have it. It's right here under our feet. The question is, when you're gone, will anyone know you are here? Will anyone know your name?
So let me ask you a question. What was your mother's middle name? Now hopefully most of us can get that right. But let me ask you another question. What was your grandmother's middle name? And furthermore, what was your great-grandmother's middle name? So the point is that in 3 short generations, they might remember your name, but the details of your life are completely forgotten. About 35 years ago, a little bit more than that perhaps, I was out here hunting and we were in this pocket and the grass was really tall, it was dense, and the hunting was really good. And as I made my way across the head of this pocket, I stumbled across a grave marker right in this location. And what was written on there has troubled me for years. I've been back to this site several times, sometimes hunting just to visit, and sometimes just to visit the marker itself. In fact, one year I brought my daughters out here on a Memorial Day and we laid flowers at the base of this cross. So recently I came back to this location just to refresh my memory and I couldn't find the marker. So I started to look around a little bit. I even went over to another pocket over there and I couldn't find it there either, and nothing looked familiar. So I came back here and I thought, well, maybe somebody removed it, or it was stolen, or maybe my memory's just failing me. So I just began to walk back and forth in the head of this pocket looking for it. And the grass has been beat down, the cows have been in here, and as tall as it was, it should be very obvious where it was at. And as I made my way across here, I looked down and I found it. It was laying underneath the grass, and here it is. So what was it that troubled me so much? Well, it was this little plaque here, and I want to read it to you. It says, unknown, teenage girl, suicide by poisoning. Now that's a tragic story if that's all you knew, but the thing that really bothered me is how could they have that much information and not know her name? How could they know that she was a teenager? And how could they know that it was a girl? And how could they know that she took her own life, and even the means by which she took her own life with poisoning? It seemed to me that if you had that much information, you surely know their name. So we have a mystery that we need to resolve. How do they have all that information and not know her name? So we thought one of the things that we could do is to begin to explore the possibility of finding out who put this marker here. There are others that are in the area, and perhaps they were put here by a historical society or a club or maybe family or friends. But so far we haven't been able to find out who actually placed these here. Maybe someday we can. We even went and talked to the landowner, and the landowner wasn't even sure that this was on his property, but I was pretty sure it was located here. And so we talked to a lot of different people, and for the most part, people didn't even know these things existed. But finally we talked to someone who sent us to talk to someone who sent us to talk to someone else, and finally we started to find some answers. And those answers intrigued us, and we found a great deal of information, more than we ever thought we'd come up with. So we're going to tell you a little bit about what that is in just a little bit, but before I do that, we need to get this marker back in the ground. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. So now we know her name.
Her name was Emma May, and there's a lot to the story, but we can't tell you here.
This is where she was originally buried, but she was later moved to a cemetery in a town nearby, and that's where the story picks up next.